the most expensive NES game. Now we can have some debate on what the most expensive NES game is. You could say it's that one copy of Super Mario Bros. 1, where it's never been opened, probably the only one in existence. A guy thinks it's worth $1 million.
All right, how much do you want for it?
It's a piece of history. It's something that's hard for me to part with, but I would sell it for $1 million.
If you think they were gonna give you $1 million, like, come on, dude. You also have, like, stadium events, Nintendo World Championship, a copy of Mega Man 5 that only has 5 screws. Not really 100% sure what that one's about. The game I claim to be the most expensive NES game is Little Samson. Now, how have I come to the conclusion that Little Samson is the most expensive NES game? Well, we can look at price chart, which isn't the arbiter of all knowledge. However, there's games above it, but none of these were actual real retail games, and the ones that are like strange variants that, you know, you can buy Mega Man 5 for like not that much money. You can also find stadium events for like almost nothing. All that's different is the name of the game is called World Class Track Meet. Nintendo changed the name of the game very early in production, so only the first units were actually called stadium events, which is why the game is so expensive. However, you can play and buy the game under a different name, and it will cost you nothing. However, these are copies and variants of this game that are very expensive, but not something you would have bought in a store. However, Little Samson would have been a game you bought in a store. It is a retail game that people had the opportunity to buy, unlike something like Nintendo World Championship. So that's how I've come to the conclusion that Little Samson is the most expensive NES game. Also, I needed to give you a reason to click on the video, so most expensive NES game, you know, boom, there you go. You clicked on the video. Good job. Now, I think one reason why Little Samson sold no money, okay? Sold no money. The reason that I think Little Samson made no money, there's a few things. Very late NES game. I believe this game is 93, 92, one of those. You know, Super Nintendo had been out for a while. You know, Genesis been out for a while. TurboGrafx 16, all have been out for years at this point, yet we're still getting some NES games. And so, one thing, NES is dying. Two, the name Little Samson is really bad, because this game has nothing to do with the Bible. Why did they name him Little Samson? Because it makes it look like it's a wisdom tree game, which were those people who made those unlicensed NES games about the Bible, like actual Bible games. I think they made Super Noah's Ark 3D. However, that was on Super Nintendo, but they do have other Bible games. However, this is not one of them. And in Japan, it was called like Lickle, L-I-C-K-L-E, Lickle? I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce that. It's either Lickle or Lickle. Legend of the Holy Bell, which is what you have in the game, is there's a holy bell, or like a legendary bell of some kind, that allows you to change characters. That's like the thing in the game. Nothing to do with Samson from the Bible. However, this game's also strange because it was made by a company. Well, it was published by Taito. Okay, we know Taito. You know, they made a lot of things. You know, Space Invaders. You know, Taito, very well-known company. They published the game. However, the company that made it, it's kind of weird that there's a lot of names on this game. The company that actually made it is called Tekiru. Had made one NES game. They had made a few like FM Towns, PC-88 Japanese computer games. And then they made one NES game. Tekiru was founded by the director of Mega Man 1 and 2. So, guy had made some NES games. You might even say some banger NES games. I mean, Mega Man 2 is pretty alright. Little Samson, like, rules. Like, this game is so freaking good. I love this game. Like, the controls are really tight. I really like the way it controls. I like the spinning. Holy crap, do you spin. They somehow made the best spinning in any NES game. I mean, just look at them go. And everyone goes. Everyone gets the opportunity to spin. They love spinning. Look at that spinning animation, okay? I want to show up. Look at him go. Holy crap, look at him go. Look at our boy Samson just spin. Look at that spin, dude! One of the main gimmicks to Lil Samson that takes it away from something like a Mega Man or something is that you can change characters on the fly with the Holy Bell. And each of these characters has their own lore. In fact, I got the instruction manual pulled up right here. And let's talk about him. So you have Lil Samson. He sucks. He's like the worst character in the game. They say he is a kind-hearted boy who owns the legendary White Bell. Oh, I guess it's called the White Bell. Huh, weird. I guess he's a skilled mountain climber, something that Samson from the Bible doesn't ever climb a mountain in the Bible. So there's that. He can grab any surface. Yeah, that's his lore. He really doesn't get much lore other than he's just a boy. He's got the White Bell. You got Kikira, the Dragon Lord, which is like kind of an insane name for Kikira. I mean, just look at this dragon. Her lore is like, it was like a girl who got turned into a dragon because of arrogance and selfishness. Like, that's all we get. Arrogance and selfishness. She can breathe fire, though. She's got a charge attack. Probably the best all-around character in the game. Just pretty much play most of the game as Kikira, and you'll do all right for yourself. Gam, the Rock Lord. I don't know if being a Rock Lord, like, is that ever been a thing? I've heard of Dragon Lord, Rock Lord. Come on. And so his story's weird. Like it says he was the most notorious thief of the realm. He stole a magic potion from a wizard and then drank it. Who steals magic potions and then drinks them without knowing the side effects? Kind of weird guy, that Gam, the Rock Lord. But, you know, that turned him into a stone creature. And so now he seeks repentance, something Samson in the Bible does not really do. I guess he does kill himself, which is his redemption arc, I guess. Yeah. And then we get KO, the Enchanted Beast. Now, calling KO a beast is like insanity, but, you know, whatever. It's the Lord of the Mice. These are all lords. I guess everyone in this bell is a lord of some kind. Whatever the heck that means. But this is interesting, that KO is the powerful wizard that took a potion to escape the thief, Gam. And we know what happened to Gam, which I think is funny, we get that. And this potion turned KO into a tiny mouse. And it says that he can run across water without sinking. I've never actually tried that in the game. Maybe I'll have to try that. Update on KO being able to walk on water. There's one level I got him to walk on water, and it's not even like convenient because it's like a minor inconvenience for everyone else. And waterfalls still kill him. So now we've established the characters. So at the beginning of the game, you get like a little tutorial where you get to play a level only as those characters. Lil Samson climbs. Kikira can fly, has like a weird arc of her shot. And then Gam is just rock guy, real slow. He can walk on spikes, he can punch. But KO can also run on walls like Lil Samson and has Samus's bombs. He can drop Samus's bombs. The first time I played Lil Samson, never touched Kikira ever. He's got no health. He's got nothing. He dies so quick. And Samus's bombs, really crappy move. So I thought, why would you ever use this guy? However, KO is the best character in the freaking game. He's like holy water from Castlevania dialed up to 11. This guy just eats bosses. The best way to get through this game, if you ask me, you play as Kikira and Lil Samson to get through most of the platforming of the levels, use Gam when you need to take damage a lot, and then you use KO to basically destroy all the bosses in like just a few seconds. You gotta be better at that, not hitting that. Alright. Everyone has taken a lot of damage, it's fine. Because the mouse, the mouse will save us. Check this out. I mean, just check that out, dude. The mouse just... You're not supposed to do that. But the mouse, dude, you don't mess with the mouse. Now, you die really quick as KO, so it's kind of risk or reward. But then you just jump to Kikira, the dragon, and you can just destroy him with his charge attack. And just looking at a game like Lil Samson, it's so surprisingly polished of a game. There's very minimal jank going on. There's a lot of cool branching paths. There's like a few optional things in the game. Like there's a boss fight that if you fail it, there's death pits. If you fall in the death pit, it doesn't kill you. Instead, you skip that boss, and then you move on to another level where you lose your bell, and you have to get it back from like a thief. And that's just completely optional. There's like weird warp zones. The thing about KO, the developers must have knew that KO just owns, because if you beat the first boss, the very first boss is KO, it just skips like half the game for you, which is like the only way I even came close to playing this game on normal mode. So this game's got 2 modes, easy and normal mode. The only way you're gonna have any chance of beating this game on normal mode, really, if you want to have a good time at least, is using that warp. Granted, that warp takes you to probably the hardest level of the game. It's like a really tough platforming stage. Normal mode, the thing that hurts in normal mode is once a character dies, they're dead forever until you beat the stage or get a game over, which basically means you're just gonna give yourself a game over almost immediately so you can get all your guys back. Because usually in the stages themselves, they're not too bad. It's the bosses you want all the characters for. And if you lose all of them, you're stuck playing as Lil Samson to beat them. And well, Lil Samson sucks. He's horrible. You can really mash your way through some things, but he does like no damage compared to any of the other characters. And the reason you gotta play on normal mode is because if you play on easy mode, which is the fun way to play the game, this game's a lot of fun on easy mode. However, normal mode, you actually unlock more stuff. So if you beat the game on easy mode, you just get taunted that there's a level and some bosses you didn't fight. And so you get an extra level, like a final stage on normal mode. And that is very, very hard. Like, this guy kicks your butt and just destroys you. However, you know, if you try hard enough, you can do it. It is doable. Don't use a password system. The password system nukes your health, so just don't use that, like, ever. And if you do somehow manage to beat the final boss, you do get like this cool like escape sequence ending, which I was an idiot, didn't know what to do at the end. There's like a panel, like a box that moves toward you, and if you touch that box, you die. Apparently you just punch the heck out of it, and then you can move forward, or if not, you just die. I don't know, and then you get the real ending cutscene. Oh, Samson, no! What happened to everyone else? Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. Little Samson on with his little dragon, little flying away over the mountainside. And in conclusion, this is just a short little video I want to make about how freaking cool little Samson is, dude. Cool little NES game that I don't think enough people have played or talk about. It's so surprisingly polished. I really do feel like if Little Samson like came out as like almost an indie today, people would like it and people would praise Little Samson. It's just got a lot of cool ideas. The graphics for the NES are quite astounding. It runs really good, almost no slowdown. And that spin, man. That Little Samson can spin.